Morning YouTube, Pete here, just out on Betty. It's Friday morning, heading over towards Newquay way to see my daughter. I thought I'd just bring you along. Yeah, like I say, just having a ride out. We're heading towards Morgan Porth now. One of my favourite places. When we first started coming down to Cornwall, this is where we sort of based ourselves, to be honest, to start with. Yeah, and I love it around here, Morgan Porth area. Gets very busy in the summer and it's very expensive, so it's far too expensive for me to live there, but I do like the area. Forecast sunshine today, but as soon as I left home I had a big downpour. So yeah, but now the sun's out, so we'll enjoy it for an hour or two. Like I say, I'm heading over towards Newquay, and then I'll head back home. I'm working this evening. We're just coming along now towards Newquay Airport, which comes up on the left hand side, but I think we're going to probably turn off before we get to the airport. It's still quite mild, to be honest. I was out walking the dog this morning, trying to put a jacket on, and I get too hot. So I've a bit of a change of mind, because I'm going into Newquay. What I'll do, I'll go past the airport and then drop down to Watergate Bay. So like Newquay Airport's just coming up on the left hand side. Not a bad little airport actually. I think you can get to Germany, Spain, Portugal, and obviously the rest of England. Turn right there, that'll take us down to St Morgan, which again is a nice little village, got a pub, church, a few other bits and bobs. But I'm just heading over towards Newquay. So she's just coming up onto 1200 miles now on Betty. I don't suppose I'll use her much during the winter time, because I've got Himalayan, and I'll probably use that more in the winter time. I will use it if we get a nice day, or there's a ride out or something nice. I just love this little bike. She just gets better and better so far. Been faultless. I can't praise the bike enough, to be honest. Yeah, we'll go this way. I mean, I don't do reviews as such. So, well, I do a review, but I don't sort of get into the technical side of it too much. It's more about how the bike feels for me, handles. And I have to say, it's one of the most comfortable motorcycles I've ever ridden. And I'm 6'2", 16 and a bit stone, and I just feel like I could ride the bike all day long. And I think most other reviews that I've read or watched have said pretty much similar, so it's not just me saying that. It's a pretty standard thing how comfortable the bike is. Keeps up with traffic, national speed limits, no problem whatsoever. I find I probably wouldn't want it as a motorway muncher, but there you go. This is not that type of bike, is it? You know, you're buying a classic 350cc motorcycle, probably for its looks and the way it appears. It's a bit retro, going back to the olden days, the 50s and 60s style. And I must admit, I think Royal Enfield have done something very good here. You know, I'm not sponsored by them, or they can sponsor me if they want. I don't mind getting them, but I mean, there's enough reviews out there. I just love it. I just love this little bike. I did have a 500 Bullet, and I had that for about a year, and I didn't like it, to be honest. I just didn't like the styling on that one. It wasn't the classic 500. I'd probably had a different opinion, but I find the engine on this a lot more smoother, and the speed difference and everything else is pretty similar, I would say, to the 500 that I had. I mean, I don't thrash the bikes, I look after them. I'm not after speed as such. I mean, I do ride, you know, ride to the roads. But yeah, some lovely places there. We're just coming down now to a place called Watergate Bay. Bit of a sort of like, not surfing, I mean, got a lovely coastline here. Like, if you look in front now, look at that coastline, the waves. A lot of surfing goes on here. Again, it's a very sort of, what could I call, how could I put it, describe it, bit upmarket sort of place. A few cafes and restaurants, and it's shall we say the well-heeled tend to come here and go surfing. Yeah, it's a nice place, lovely beach, beautiful beach. The only thing I have found, when you accelerate uphill, you do get a bit of pinking, and I think someone else has mentioned that, as if the engine, I don't know what it is, it's I think it's, whether it's the engine bedding in, or I'm trying to work out what's the best gear to be in, you know. Can't really pull round and have a show you the, yes I can, yes I can. If I can, I'm going to turn around here just to show you the coastline here without crashing. There you go. Like I say, it's a lovely beach. My dog loves it, I know that. But a beautiful morning. And we're coming to last week of September. Well, actually, last weekend of September. Then they'll be closing a lot of the stuff down, I guess, then, campsites, etc. My old left hip plays up when I set off. I don't know what it is on all motorbikes, doesn't matter which motorbike I get on. I'll get a bit of the old hip pain. Some nice bends on this road, this coast road. Nice walks along as well along the coast, beautiful walks. Might get quite a bit of wind noise because we've got the coast on the right hand side there. And I love the handling of this bike actually, you know, it's very responsive, it handles well. And you know, it's no slouch. She does peg along. As I say, I think as the engine beds in, she gets better and better. So just coming into Porth now. And Newquay sort of laid out in front of us. I like Newquay, bit busy, it's a bit seasidey, but I do like Newquay. Got beautiful beaches. Very sort of a youngish place. Surfer. Well, surfer capital of England, isn't it? I think, something like that. Yeah, I don't suppose we're going to get many more sunny days this year. Well, hopefully we will get a few. Might get a late Indian summer, who knows. I'll keep the camera going through Newquay anyway, till we get into Newquay and give you a view of Newquay. So this is sort of the main road that runs into Newquay. Lots of nothing much to see really, just lots of hotels and stuff like that, like Henver Road this is called. I can't believe the amount of roadworks they're doing down here in Cornwall at the moment. Everywhere you go there seems to be traffic lights and roadworks. Bit of a pain in the backside to be quite frank, but there you go. Yeah, I was just trying to think what sort of things I can complain about this little Royal Enfield 350, and there's not a lot I can, but I don't think there's anything. I mean, they're very good price, they look nice. The components, I mean, I was watching Freddie Dobbs this morning, he was reviewing a Ducati Scrambler. Different bike, but sort of that retro-y type look, but it's £10,000. Well, that's double and 2.5 times the price of this bike, and I think I'd much prefer this bike to that bike. I guess a Scrambler would be a nice little scratching bike, but yeah, it doesn't do it for me. And he was sort of showing the mud guards are plasticky and very flimsy, and the build quality of it doesn't. And I know he's 6'1", and he was saying when he picked it up that he wasn't very comfortable and he had to get off on a long, longish ride. Well, this bike, I could sit on this all day. That's the land train just going past there, runs around Newquay. So this is the centre of Newquay. Nothing much, just bars and restaurants and stuff like that. Nothing exciting really. The usual holiday fare, shall we say. Where was I? I was talking about this bike, wasn't I? I drifted off. Yeah, so there's nothing really to complain about. The price is great, the looks are great, brakes are adequate for 350cc, a single disc at the front and back, starts on the button, gear changing very smooth. An easy bike to ride really. I think the exhaust sounds nice as it is as standard. I know you can buy the D-Cat and perhaps give a horsepower or so a bit more, but I don't feel I need to do anything to it really. I'm just going to keep it as standard, and I'll probably get a set of panniers. I know I'm waiting for Hitchcock's to get the pannier rails in, and I'll get some of those. But because I'd like to do a few longer trips, it's so comfortable this bike. I'd just like to do a few longer trips in the summertime if I get a chance. Yeah, so that's it really on the bike. I mean, I really like it. She's holding. I mean, I've done 1,200 miles. I haven't done a lot of miles on her, but you know, there's nothing seems to be falling to bits or failing. I mean, people say, "Oh, it's made in India," or this, that, and the other. But I think the build quality on these Enfields are pretty good. I mean, my Himalayan goes off road and is, I look after it, but that's holding up pretty well as well. But this bike's very good in anyway. It was just a little natter Friday morning. I'm not far away from my daughters now, so I'm going to finish this video here, and I might do another one a bit later on. But anyway, you take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. If you're getting out on your bikes or going for a walk or doing something else, you know, have a fantastic weekend. If you're just sitting at home having a chill out and a rest. But anyway, take care, thanks for watching. Over the moon. If you like the channel, subscribe, click like, all that usual stuff. If you don't like it, don't worry. I don't get it up. I'm not trying to earn money out of this or anything like this. It's just a bit of fun for me. Please comment if you want ways that you want something, you want to see something or do something. But yeah, have a great day and have a great weekend. Speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.